everyone, I'm Allison Alaniz, and I am the director of the Family Advocacy Ministries, also known as CTK FAM. My husband Josh and I have been coming to CTK for almost 8 years now, and we have 2 daughters. We have a biological daughter who is 4 years old, and we have an almost 1-year-old daughter that we are fostering. So that usually brings up a few questions, but one of the questions I get the most often is, how did you get into fostering or foster care? So if you remember back a few years, CTK was one of 3 churches in the area who hosted pre-placement training classes. So that's the classes you would take if you're considering fostering or doing respite care, which is like a short-term fostering. And it was advertised as free training, free food, free childcare, and Josh and I didn't really see any reason not to go. We have always considered adopting, which is permanent, but we had reservations about fostering because the goal of foster care is to reunite those children with their parents or their biological family through something called kinship care. So we didn't know if we could do that because we get too attached, which is a huge concept in foster care. People are always like, aren't you going to be too attached? Aren't you going to be so sad if she leaves? And yes, we will. But since it was so convenient, we thought we would take the classes until we felt a hard no. And clearly we never felt no because we have a child in our home now. And we came to realize that, yes, we will be heartbroken when these children leave our home. But the trade-off is that they learn how to have healthy, loving relationships with adults and other family members, and they're cared for in a safe and loving environment while their parents handle a crisis. And we get to live out the gospel for these kids every day. So it was a great trade-off for us. But the goal with the FAM ministry is to give our members these very accessible ways to answer the call to care for these vulnerable families and children. And the classes that we hosted then were so convenient, I couldn't say no. And that's my goal with the FAM ministries, is to just make it so convenient that you can't say no. So if you've ever considered fostering or adopting, come to this meeting. I want to help you get educated in what those things look like on the day-to-day, help set up a pathway for you to get there with the least amount of obstacles as possible, and just show you they're very attainable things. And on the day-to-day, they look pretty normal. So yes, you may have visits. You may send off your child to go to visits with their bio parents, and that doesn't feel normal. But I promise you, if you get an infant, you're going to be just as exhausted and sleep deprived with your foster care infant than you are, or as you are with your biological infant. So sleep deprivation has no biases. But if you aren't in a place or a life stage where you can take in these children, but you still care about it, or you still want to help in some way, come to the meeting. If you saw the care community video a couple weeks ago, or on Instagram, you saw that there are very real ways that you can help right now. We have 2 families fostering at CTK right now, my family and another family. We each have 1 placement and 0 care communities. And we can tell you there is so much value in these care communities and in this ministry. So even if you're not taking in children into your home actively, like right now, you are still very much needed, and there is a place for you to help. So the care community model is used by Coalition of Care. So if that sounds familiar, it's because they run Care Portal. And the beauty of teaming up with Coalition of Care is that literally everything is ready to go. It's all established. We have a system, like a computer system, that is proven to help things run smoothly. We have 2 families ready for care communities. We have, which that requires 12 volunteers at the minimum for both. So like 6 to 8 members per care community. So we need people. And then we have access to trainings, videos, and even funds. So Missio Day has told us they're willing to open up their adoption and foster care funds to CTK members, so we can work toward this goal together of fostering more kids and caring for these families. So all we need is people to show up. We can hit the ground running, and this is for everyone, for married couples with or without children, college students, single folks, empty nesters. There's a place for everyone to help. We just need you to show up and start learning and see where you fit into this big picture. So please, 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 If you are interested, please come to the FAM awareness event. It's next week, December 6th, right after the 11 a.m. service, around 1 p.m. And if you have any questions before then, just email me. I think there's an email in the bulletin, or you can also email me at fam@cincy.com or at ctkcincy.com. So FAM@ctkcincy.com or whatever's in the bulletin. And I really hope to see you there.